Now, file sharing is very important. We all know file sharing is one of the main reasons we use the internet. Any given second, millions of files are being transferred through the internet. So let's get started with the very first type, which is file hosting. This follows a client and server based architecture. There's a separate service provider, which is the server, and there's a machine which receives services and other resources from the server, which is known as the client. Generally, the server is a high performance device, whereas the client would be a low performance device. This client server mode of architecture and the file hosting type of architecture is the most common form of distributed networks that we have right now. And one more thing is that whatever web pages that you view on the internet would come under this type. It is to be understood that what actually you're viewing on a web page is actually a file on someone else's computer. So again, viewing web pages will come under this type of file hosting. What you do when you request for a web page to be shown is that you request for a file at a server located far away, and that server in turn gives you the necessary files and you download it. So what are the advantages of this form of system? So the most common advantages is that data management becomes very easy, and user has full control over the files that he shares. So this would be the major advantage. The major disadvantage would be it would be very expensive. We all know that servers could go up, the cost of servers could go up to lakhs, and some high performance servers will go up even to crores. So it's very expensive, and maintenance would require a certain separate team, in fact, if the server is very big. So the second form of file sharing that which is recently had a rage is peer-to-peer file sharing, P2P file sharing. So going back to history, one of the very first companies to use this type of file sharing is Napster. You might have heard of it. It was a very popular term way back in 2000 or during that time. Sean Fanning is one of the key person who implemented Napster. You might have seen him on Social Network, that movie. Sean Fanning was mainly responsible. What it did was it allowed users to transfer MP3 files from one computer to another computer. So now this might sound very useful, and besides it was a free service at that time, and that generally gained a lot of users. To be precise, it trained Napster had at its peak time 80 million users per month. Think about it, 80 million users, and Sean Fanning was just a teenager at that time. So what happened was this file sharing that he brought about make way for illegal file transfers. Music was downloaded illegally. To be precise, Madonna's track, one of Madonna's track, before it was released commercially, was available on Napster. And Madonna and Iron Maiden, Metallica, they all filed a lawsuit against Napster. And what the court did was, they told, and Sean Fanning defended the case, saying that I have no control. I am not the one who's transferring illegal content. I just provide a platform for file transfer. It is the users who are downloading these things, and he said that I have no control over it, and that's why you should not file a case against me. And the court decided that ask Napster to provide a very screening procedure for all the files. He was not able to do that, and as a result, Napster was shut down on July 2001. It was for a very short span. Coming next to the torrent.